Hi everyone, this video is about looping statement in a C program. So then first we are going to see about while loop statement. Yeah, while loop is the most straightforward looping structure. So the basic format of the while loop is, so I have declared that the syntax for the while loop. So this is the syntax for while loop. So then a while loop in a C programming, the repeatedly execute statement as long as the given condition is true. So it's an entry controlled loop. In a while loop, a condition is evaluated before the processing a body of the loop. If the condition is true, if a condition is true, then and only the body loop is executed. After the body of the loop is executed, then the control again goes back at the beginning, and the condition is checked if the true. The same process is executed until the condition becomes false. Once the condition becomes false, the control goes out of the loop. So after executing the loop, the control goes to the statements which are immediately after the loop. The body of the loop can contains more than one statement. If it contains only one statement, then the curly braces are not compulsory. It's a good practice to use the curly braces even we have a single statement in the body. So in a while loop, if the condition is not true, then the body of the loop will not be executed. Not even once it is the difference in the do while, which we will see shortly. So then we will see the example for while loop. So this is the example for while loops. Already I have declared a equal to 10. A equal to 10 is an integer value. So my condition is a is less than 20. So this is I have give the condition for this program. So then the condition is checked. So a equal to 10, the condition is checked. Suppose if it is true, comes under in the printf statement, so that value is printed. So next thing is I will give you one number. I will give you one number in the increment for a. Repeated while the condition is true. Suppose if the condition is not true, it comes the outside of the loop. It comes the outside of the loop. So outside of the loops, in the case is return case. So the return case will execute. Okay. So how it is work? I will explain. Okay guys, we are already declare a equal to 10. So our condition is a is less than 20. Suppose if the condition is true, I need that value of a, right? So how it is execute? First, say 10 comes under that the inside of the loop. If the condition is true, then it comes under that the statement value is printed. Next I have given one increment. So this increment is a equal to a plus 1. So 1 it will added. If the condition is true. Suppose if the condition is not true, it won't added one number. Then it will becomes the false statement. So then only that, so 20 when it comes the 20, that's upon a times. So 20 is less than of the 20. That's upon a times it's false statement. So it comes under the outside of the loops. Then while loop, the condition is a is less than 20. Suppose if our condition is true, we need that the value of a. So incrementing operator. Then I will execute this program. So our output is the value of a. Then guys, this is the flowchart for while loop. So in the conditions, what we are used in the program, and the condition that you have to declare in this condition place here. So next is code block. Code block is nothing but the the statement. So statement what you have used in the what you have the given in your program, that you have to declare here. So suppose if it is true, it comes under that is repeatedly your program will execute. Suppose if it is false, it comes under the endpoint. So next we are going to see about dual statement. A dual loop is similar to the while loop, except that the condition is always executed after the body of the loop. It's also called the exit control loop. So this basic format of the while loop is as so this is the syntax for dual loop. So do is and keyword. This keywords is next. Keywords after the curly braces, you have to give the statement here. So then the statements after the close the curly braces, immediately you should give the while conditions. One thing you have to know that semicolons after the while conditions. So then as we saw in a while loop, the body is executed if and only if the condition is true. In the same cases, we have to execute the body of the loop at least once. Even if the condition is false, this type of the operation can be achieved by using do while loop. In the do while loop, the body of loop is always executed at least once. After the body, after the body is executed, then it is check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will again the executor. The critical difference between the while and the do while loop is, so in a while loop, the we are declaring the while and startingly. The do whiles we are declaring the while statement and after the do keyword. After the do keyword, we are declaring that word. So then we will see the example for dual. So the same program, the do keyword, I have mentioned that the statement, I have written that it's a statement here. So next I have given that condition. So last is the semicolons, I put it here. So what is the output of here? So then I will show. So now I will execute this program. So then this also same output it will gives. I will put it in as CLR as a clear screen. Now you can easily see that output. So these are the output of our program. So this is the flowchart for do while. The code block is nothing but these statements. What statements you have given in your program, that you have to mention here. So the condition, what condition you have used in your program, that condition you have to declare here. So if the condition is true, that is going to the statement. So then the statements what you have to declare, what you have to mention here, that will execute your program. Suppose if the condition is false, it comes under that, immediately it comes under that exit. So then so third statement is the for loop statement. Your for loop is a more efficient loop structure in a C programming. So then a for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specific number of times. So this is the syntax for loops. So for the initial so for loops contains the three parts. First you have to initialize the values, next they check the condition, then the third part is the increment. So see the syntax for loop. So now we see the example for loop. So a equal to 10. So it says initializing value, Next, a is less than 20, it's a condition. Next, a equal to a plus 1. So then I will explain how it is execute, how it is our program will execute. So then a equal to 10 is in the initialization value, a is less than 20, it's in the condition, a plus plus, it's in the incrementations. Okay guys, so how it is changed to 11. So again the 11 is less than 20, that condition is true. Then it comes the printf statement that it will be printed that value. Next is going here, going this again and again, it will print it in the 20. If the a value is 20, so that's upon a time, that's time it will comes the outside the loop. So then I will see. So for loop, initialization value is 10, a equal to 10. So then the condition is 20. Then a incrementing operator, running operation we are to increment operation. Next is statements, printf statements. Now I will execute this program. So this is the output of our program. So then this is the flowchart for loop. So what value you have initialized in your program, that you have to mention here in this rectangle. Next, so what condition you have used in your for loop, that condition you have to declare here. So the code block is the statements, what statement you have used in your program, that you have to mention here. The increment, so what increment you have, increment or decrement, so that's values you have to declare here. So suppose if it is true, the condition is true, then the code block and the increment, so it will executor. So if the condition is true, suppose if the condition is false, it comes under that exit. So thank you guys, thanks for watching.